Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Country with Noah Briones. Today, I am going to be reviewing the latest Chris Stapleton record, Higher. So, um, this record is incredible, y'all. So, my quick story with Chris Stapleton, I heard of Chris before I got into country music through Tennessee Whiskey, obviously, because that song was a big wedding song and a big crossover song. And then I saw him perform with Justin Timberlake, them do Tennessee Whiskey, and obviously I followed Justin Timberlake, so I heard Say Something, and I've always thought this dude has an incredible voice. So yeah, so this is my review of Higher, Chris Stapleton's latest record. So, wow, dude, I am impressed. I see why it won Album of the Year last year at the CMAs because this record, whew, it it covers all different types of country music, right? It has the more traditional country songs on there. Then it has country fused with rock, more soul centered, more soul centric music. Like my favorite song on there, for example, is uh, "Loving You on My Mind." That song sounds like an R&B song mixed with a blues song mixed with a country song. That song's fire. Also, shout out to the song White Horse. I love that song. I loved that song since it came out last year. Um, and we're going to cover the person who helped Chris write this next song uh, at some point on this country channel. But what am I going to do? Written by Chris Stapleton and Miranda Lambert. We are going to be covering Miranda Lambert at some point on this channel because I think she's one of the best songwriters of all time. So, yeah. And Chris Stapleton is one of the best vocalists in music history. Like, for those that don't know, I put singers in tiers, right? I put Chris Stapleton and Carrie Underwood in S tier level singing, which means they're at the top of their uh, craft and top of the game when it comes to singing. I also put people like Gary LaFox from Rascal Flatts up there, and Shay Mooney from Dan and Shay up there. I put Trisha Yearwood up there. I put people like Kelly Clarkson up there, and people like that. So I also put Chris Stapleton up there. So let's talk about. I already gave you my favorite song, "Loving You on My Mind." The reason why that's my favorite song is because he's just singing how he has loving this girl on his mind, but it's sung beautifully in that Chris Stapleton growl and that production, bro. But production is so flawless throughout the project. Like I'm like, where's he gonna go with this? Because there's more blues leaning tracks. Like for example, like South Dakota has a massive electric guitar or electric bass solo in the middle of it, right? And What Am I Going to Do, the song that I just mentioned, written by Chris and Miranda Lambert, um, that song's just guitar. And then you have Mountains of My Mind, which is just guitar. But then you also have songs like White Horse, where you have that big da na 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 da na na na, and then you have the electric guitar, and then you have Chris's voice. Bruh, this album is incredible, right? Let's And I also really like the song Higher, because um, it really shows off Chris Stapleton's range like all of his songs do. But in this song, he goes into falsetto, and it's incredible, y'all. Like, I saw an interview with him. He said that was incredibly hard to do, for him going into falsetto. But, but, it, I think that's hard for any singer to do. But it was worth it for him to go into that. And apparently, also, his wife executive produced this album with him, and she's singing background on what am I gonna do, and a few other songs, and um, well, another one of my favorite songs is "It Takes a Woman," and that song has Morgan Stapleton singing background on it as well, and that song's incredible. Um, for example, like why I say Chris Stapleton is one of the best vocalists in music. Period. Is even my dad likes Chris Stapleton. Now my dad, shout out to my dad, doesn't like country music. Uh, he doesn't like country music, but he does like Chris Stapleton, right? So so um, that 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 the vocals that Chris provides on this album. If you guys haven't figured me out by now, vocals are one of the most important things to me, about music, right? Vocals, production, how the album is produced, which I don't know who's playing on this record. I don't know who Chris Stapleton works with, but they are incredible, y'all. Cause you have more rock leaning songs, you have more blues leaning songs, you have more country leaning songs, but it all falls in the country genre. So, yeah, um, and yeah, so Chris Stapleton is one of the best country singers of all time, and one of the best vocalists in music. And yeah, if you guys haven't figured it out by now, vocals are very important to me. So I like vocalists. So I like people like Chris Stapleton, Carrie Underwood, Trisha Yearwood, Shay Mooney from. So I like Dan and Shay. I'm probably gonna do a video on their latest record too, so I can also talk about the concert I went to in last August, because I went to their Heartbreak on the Map tour. But I also really, really like songwriting, and this album has some great written records, like any country record does, because in my opinion, country songwriters and country artists are some of the best songwriters on the planet. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the latest Chris Stapleton record, Higher. I would give this record a 9.5 out of. If I were to rank this record and how much I liked it, I would give this record by Chris Stapleton a 9.5 out of 10. And if you have heard Chris Stapleton's latest record, Higher, please leave your thoughts in the comments below on this record. And if you want to help me out and you enjoy this style of content, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.